So I'm going to do something completely different I've never done before today. Instead of telling you what to do and how to be successful, I'm going to tell you the 5 things you absolutely should do if you want to guarantee that your agency fails. You see, Einstein believed in a theory and mental model called inversion, which basically refers to identifying all the things not to do so that you're left with only the things you absolutely should do in order to guarantee your success. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Courtney Marlin, and I've been doing the agency model for over 5 years now. And I work with hundreds of new and existing agencies in my mastermind every year, and I always see the exact same trends with those who succeed and with those who fail, and that's what I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, you might be thinking this is only for beginners, but let me know in the comments down below what revenue level your agency is at, because if you're doing less than 10K per month right now, I would consider you a beginner because you haven't achieved service market fit yet. I also give away 2 completely free one-to-one coaching calls with me, and I'm going to choose the best comment down below after this video and reach out to you directly. So, the first and perhaps the most deadly mistake you can make is not starting with a minimal viable version of your agency. I can't tell you how many completely new agency owners I see trying to go after the e-com or info niches. And if you analyze that, what you're basically doing is choosing to play the game on the hardest, most veteran difficulty level possible because you're trying to sell services to individuals and sophisticated buyers who probably most likely know more about marketing than you. And not only that, it's actually incredibly difficult to get these clients results because there's so much variation and factors that influence results, such as product and creative, which are completely out of your control. Now, pair that with the bloodbath of competition you face because absolutely every beginner just wants to sell to these people, and it's probably no wonder that you are struggling to scale or you can't even sign your first client. Start with simple local businesses in your area first and go and meet them in person, and you'll find sales a hell of a lot easier because you would have established one of the most important things, which is a common ground and a sense of relatability because you're in person and you also live in the same area. Now, the second mistake I see is doing all the tasks outside of the actual daily workflow that builds your solid foundations. And to be honest, it's not your fault. It's YouTube's fault because you've been sold a lie. An agency isn't a glamorous business model, right? But it is the most effective one to start to make your first $1 million in cash. Instead of holding yourself accountable to how many sales calls you have and how many clients you sign, shift your thinking to just hold yourself accountable to completing a set amount of daily outreach tasks on a daily basis, and do that for long enough and your success will be inevitable. But the problem is most beginners give up before they see the fruits of all the labor they've put in. Now, the third mistake, and this is one that rarely gets to me, is building an offer that is suitable for a 10K per month business when you're not even making 1K per month yet. Now, you know that I love you guys, but I also want to be real with you. So let me be honest. Your first 1 or 2 clients are not going to be the dream clients you've always wanted to work with. And they are by no means going to pay you 2, 3, 4, 5K per month for the services you're trying to offer them. Why? Well, probably because you actually don't have any results. You don't have any proof of what you're going to do is actually going to work. And you also, just to be honest with you, haven't yet earned the authority and the leverage to demand such high prices for what you think you're going to do. Now, I'm living proof of this. My first client was a jewelry store in Sydney. I didn't do any fancy outreach methods because, quite frankly, when I started, none of them existed. I literally just walked around the city, went into stores and asked to speak to the owner. I eventually landed this jewelry store client and they paid me $500 a month. Yes, you heard that right, $500 a month. And I, in return, built their entire online store. I did all of their creative and I run their ads. In the next 3 months, I was literally making them $20,000 a month in revenue, and they were still paying me $500 a month. Now, most of you would be looking at that and saying, wow, that's insane, Courtney. Why would you ever do that? But the reality is I didn't care because that $500 paid for all of my softwares every single month. It gave me confidence in the business model, and I leveraged that case study in the next couple months to go on to sign clients for 2K, 3K, and even 4K per month. So please just remember, even as cliche as it is, Rome wasn't built in a day. The fourth mistake goes hand in hand with this, and that's not understanding what I call the agency ladder principle. You see, clients and niches are very, very much like the career ladder, and each client or niche should take you up one step at a time. And yes, it's true. E-commerce is the best niche for agencies to operate in because it's simply the most scalable. And if you ever want to get to that 200, 300K per month mark with your agency, realistically, the best and only way to do it is to become an incubator, which means you're taking a percentage of your clients' businesses and collecting revenue from there. Now, getting to that point requires deliberate planning and flawless execution. Once you've got a couple local businesses who are cash flowing and you're getting results, leverage that cash, confidence, and result base to then move into some more aggressive verticals like e-commerce and info. But please don't just get stuck in the local business world simply because it's working and you are making money. Finally, and honestly, perhaps the most deadly mistake out of this entire list, specifically if you're a beginner, because 99% of beginners completely overlook this, and that is not understanding that inner work always precedes outer work. I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, how do you expect to do any great work if you barely can focus for more than an hour, you're in an environment that promotes getting drunk and not focusing on your future, and your diet and fitness is so all over the show and out of shape that your energy levels are literally like a roller coaster? Now, this video was great, and I genuinely hope it helped. But now you need to go ahead and lock in your success by watching this little quick video I made, which goes into how to price services for your agency, which, if I'm being honest, has way more of an effect than most people believe. With these two videos, guys, you'll be unstoppable, and I'll see you in the next video.